Enterprise Management 360.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Tech Chat. Now, in today's episode, I'm speaking with Diane Yoo, who is the founding manager partner at Medingenii. So, Diane, welcome to the show and thanks for coming on today.
Thank you so much, Max.
Very welcome. And before we get into today's topic matter, would you mind just giving our listeners a bit of background on yourself?
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. I'm the managing director and founder of Medingenii Capital Fund here in Houston, Texas. We're a partnership with the largest medical center in the world, Texas Medical Center Innovation.
Excellent stuff. And Diane is joining us today to discuss the importance of investing in minority women across the board and getting people involved in the founding of companies. So to start off with here, Diane, I wanted to ask, could you maybe give us an overview of the growth of minority business enterprises over the past kind of decade?
Absolutely. So I'm actually a woman minority business myself, ACDBE, MBE, WBE, everything is certified. So yeah. I've been doing that for a long time. So I completely understand being a woman and minority, and also served on the Houston City Council, a woman and minority task force committee, where we try to create solutions for the mayor and for city council on creating Houston and positioning Houston as the premier city for women and diverse entrepreneurs. A lot of women and minority entrepreneurs, and what I think from a VC point of view and also as an entrepreneur, there's two different sides. So as an entrepreneur, I did the SME route, plus I did the high tech, high growth route, where I built a team, went out to do pitch competitions and et cetera. And I think it's really crucial as an entrepreneur to be pitching to the right target audience in terms of investors. So I really go back to say, and we're able to win pitch competitions and go forth and raise after that. But I would like to say that as a woman entrepreneur, there's definitely inherent bias when you walk into a room. Can she really grow this company and operate it and exit? And as an investor, there's that type of risk. So as an entrepreneur, I would say, really make sure you're hitting the target market in terms of the value add investor, and ensuring that this investor is aligned with not only you're enhancing what you're doing as a company, but also ensuring that there's a more diverse investor network that you're pitching to. And so I would say that as a venture capitalist talking to an entrepreneur, I would ask them, really ramp up your game of excellence. Because when we're looking at deals, it's not, it's a woman, it's a man. At least I don't look at it that way. But wow, this company, it really knocks it out of the park. It hits everything that I look for in our internal screening, our initial screening process. So I would challenge women and diverse entrepreneurs to really just amp up their game, go to those accelerators, learn as much as you can, build an amazing team, create such competitive advantage. There's just so many ways and levers that you can push to really put yourself forward.
Mm-hmm. I 100% agree. It needs to be, it would be lovely if we are in this position where it's all about what the business is, what the product is, and nothing else matters. That's the dream end goal. But obviously, those kind of challenges are very hard to kind of overcome, right? So it's difficult to get to that point. So before we go into how kind of more women can get involved in this venture, would you mind just kind of outlining, as you were mentioning there, some of the challenges that minority women or diverse founders face when they're entering this, as you say, white and male-dominated fields?
It's great to go to an all-woman pitch competition or diverse accelerator, but you really want to just throw your net wide and get out, to the right one, but to the masses. Mm-hmm. And I would say for an entrepreneur, get everything in line, because if I could tell you the secret sauce of our initial screening process, right? For example, and I mentor a lot of entrepreneurs, is just to make sure that you have everything lined up. If an investor were to ask you, as I was mentoring last night, a few startups, not to be defensive, obviously, when they ask you a ton of questions, that's what we do as venture capitalists, but to make sure that you have a substantial answer or pivot to an answer every time we ask holes 100 times when you're doing your pitch.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Yeah, I think that's very key information to kind of take forward. And if we expand on that a little bit further, how can we get more minority women, or just women across the board in general, involved in investment, venture capitals, knowing that it is an option and it is a venue? What is your kind of main, you can do this kind of advice?
Yeah, absolutely. First, I would find something that you're very passionate about. That creates a lot of power. I'm a huge person that vouches for, if you want to be a venture capitalist, one of the greatest ways to do it is to start investing, whether it be an angel investing as a hobby, and learning what it takes to be on a board in leadership teams. And when I walk into a room, when I'm on boards, when I lead highly competitive, high performing teams, I'm usually the only woman in the room. So again, I would reiterate, put your money where it matters, invest in something you're passionate about, where you can really create a lot of value add as well, and start from there. It could be, your local woman or diverse, or even just the largest angel group in town to a venture capital group. There are some great venture firms out there that have a hybrid model where they're able to educate you, similar to an angel fund style, where they have a lot of educational programs, but it's venture. Really important to have more women and diverse people at the top investing, because then we create some serious impact and generational kids for our generation, Max, and for the future generations, for innovation to happen in women in diverse fields.
It's all about getting to that shift, isn't it? And having that equal representation. So if there are people who want to enter the industry, they have role models, they have people they can relate to and look up to. Yeah.
You know what's crazy, Max? I have a national web series. And the reason I created this is because I'm so passionate about seeing more women and diverse leaders, Asian American leaders, Asian American women, obviously the double minority here, being general partners or executive leadership positions in venture capital. And so I created actually a web series. How can we best, we could have a Q&A, but I want to throw some fights. I want to be really engaging and hear the stories of women who have trailblazed, have become titans in the industry, as, for example, Asian American females in the executive as managing director, founder, general partner of VC firms. And so when I started this web series, it was really broad. It was, VC, entrepreneurial, nonprofits, it was everyone. Then, one common theme was, who was an Asian American female that you looked up to, and one common answer was, there was none. There was none. They had achieved such dizzying heights of success that no other titan had trailblazed before them. That is a power that we can have. So these are the stories that I want to bring out there and continue to inspire, not for just one Asian race, multiple Asian races, so that every face, every color can identify, oh, the Philippines, oh, Vietnam, or Korean. She's done it. What a role model. I would love to meet her. That's so inspiring. That is empowering to me.
Wonderful. Well, Diane, thank you for coming on and sharing your expertise in this area. I think it's so important, and there's so much that people can do to kind of get involved and really push themselves to get to where you are and where so many people are. And I can only wish you the best of success. And thank you once again for coming on today's Tech Chat.
Thank you, Max.
Thank you. And thank you everyone who took the time to watch this episode. I do hope you took a lot away. If you want more information, there's plenty of resources out there. And of course, you can always contact us at EM360 for more information. Join in the conversation at EM360 on Twitter and LinkedIn. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. And of course, for more great daily content, please head on over to em360tech.com.